Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Now, different topics here. William may have been target of male publisher blagging, Harry's lawyer said. Okay. Do I have the BBC? I'll click on it. This is from bbc.com. These people lie so much. How long is this? It's not that long. Let's see what they say here. The Prince and Princess of Wales may have been the target of unlawful information gathering by the Daily Mail's publisher. Lawyers for Prince Harry have told the High Court. Details about Prince William's 21st birthday party in the Mail were potentially blagged by a private investigator, while Catherine's mobile phone appeared to have been targeted. A preliminary hearing in Harry's privacy case against Associate Newspaper Limited (ANL) has heard. Harry is one of several public figures, including Sir Elton John, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, and Elizabeth Hurley, accused ANL of grave breaches of privacy. ANL has repeatedly denied the lurid and preposterous allegation. Now that I see that they mention, what is it? Whose name were mentioned during William's 21st birthday? They say Princess of Wales. And was it the Prince and Princess of Wales may have been targets on unlawful information gathering by the Daily Mail publisher. So maybe this is what bothering William with all this nonsense that's been going on the past couple of weeks. So he probably was aware his name was gonna be mentioned on the next hearing. So this is bothering him because there's a possibility he probably already said all this. But anyway, and I think I did brought it up when a couple things were popping out from the Salty Island regarding William. And I said, well, the case is coming, so there must be something that's bothering him. But anyway, let's get back to the original recording. Let's see how far they will go. Because all the other papers that Harry have won against were saying the same thing. In a written submission, Barrister David Sherburn said it could be inferred through an invoice that extensive details in a Daily Mail story ahead of Prince William's birthday party were obtained through blagging, meaning dishonestly. He said the invoice was titled Out of Africa Story Royal Party Enquirer and dated August 25, 2003, a few months after the Prince's Out of Africa theme party in June. That's why all these people were dressing so weird. Mr. Sherburn added that a separate record allegedly showed a journalist commissioning a private investigator to provide a mobile phone conversation related to Catherine and phone numbers from a family and friends list. Wednesday's hearings saw both sides argued about which allegation should be included in the claim when it goes to trial in early 2026. So this is the next trial that's happening here. So they're getting ready for it. Two of the other claimants, Sir Elton's husband, David Furnish, and actress Sadie Frost, were present in court, while Prince Harry appeared to listen to proceedings remotely. Lawyers for the Mail's publisher argue part of the claim should be thrown out because they involve general allegation of unlawful information gathering or related to other newspaper groups. Anthony White Casey said only specific instances should be considered to allow a trial of clearly identified factual issues to take place in a fair and proportionate manner. He added, in several instances, it is unclear if the relevant targeting is even said to have been done on behalf of ANL because the pleading is rolled up with an allegation that the relevant journalists work at Mirror Group newspaper and or News Group newspapers. Prince Harry has previously settled years-long cases against Mirror Group newspaper, MGN, News Group newspapers, NGN, over alleged unlawful information gathering. Mr. White said, quote, unparticularized general allegation of UIG unlawful information gathering, particularly where these involve other journalists or ANL more generally, will not be of assistance to the court and determine the claimant individual claims. Mr. Sherburne said the bid to throw out part of the claim was largely unreasonable and unfairly late and should be dismissed. The 2 days hearing is due to conclude on Thursday, with a decision expected at a later date. The trial is due to take place in January and could last up to 9 weeks. Oh my goodness. It emerged in 2022 that the Prince and others were taking ANL to court with some of the allegations dated back decades. The publisher failed to get the case thrown out in 2023 by arguing the claims had been brought far too late. Lawyers for the claimant successfully argued that new evidence had come to light and they did not know how information was being covertly acquired at the time. ANL's lawyers have staunchly denied the allegation, previously calling the case without foundation and an affront to hardworking journalists whose reputations had been disparaged. A spokesperson for ANL has previously said that, denied under oath, that its journalists had commissioned or obtained information derived from phone hacking, phone tapping, bugging, computer or email hacking, or bloggery to other. The statement added, the stories concerned, many of which were published 20 or more years ago and not subject to any complaint at the time, were the product of responsible journalism based on legitimate sources. Is Piers Morgan will be involved in that? This is the latest newspaper publisher against which Harry has brought legal action over information gathering. Alright, the link of this will be in the description. Alright, so this was going on sometime this week. Okay, it was published yesterday. I won't be surprised if William already made a secret settlement with Daily Fail Jonathan Hemsworth, as he did with Rupert Murdoch, seeing that two of his main sycophantic mouthpieces are Katie Nichols and Rebecca English, who are allegedly implicated in the upcoming lawsuit. Yeah. Alright, so there's all of that. Daily Mail, that was back in 2020. Daily Mail, royal editor Rebecca English has been accused of paying a private investigator to spy on Prince Harry's former partner. And there's all of that. You could pause and read. Alright? Pause and read. That was dated October 6, 2022. Alright, whatever is here. Bottom up. Why would Harry and his barrister bring in the Prince and Princess of Wales who are not party to his case? Did I miss the part where they joined the case? No. Then keep their names out of their circus. Proves your own case. I'm sure you have enough evidence. Maybe he knows they settle with this particular newspaper and they have to know, look, he settled and they were doing the same thing to me. So why did he settle? I'm assuming. Okay, but Meghan told him to say that. Oh, come on. What the hell is wrong with these people? They keep on bringing, my goodness. Right, the lawyers definitely say whatever Meghan tells them to do. Open your mouth so Meghan can pee in it. Meghan this, Meghan that. Idiot take. There's me here. Ay. The power you guys give this woman. The lawyers then go to school for their profession, right? Alright, let's leave that alone. Oh, I did say bottom up. Okay, I just came from there. This is a bad fest. I like that some people still choose to see the royal family as their overlords and master. Hilarious when working people want to give them their money. Okay, oh please. William made £1 million deal with those devils. Blagging's the name of the game these days, isn't it? Just another reminder that privacy about as secure as a soggy biscuit and a teacup. Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright, this one, BP Christmas. Okay, both Frost and Furnish were in court on Wednesday hearing. Harry was listening in remotely. Okay, that should have been with the first one. I read an article. That's where this one should have been. Alright. Harry has twice sued A&L for libel, winning one case and withdrawing the other, while his wife, Meghan, has also won a privacy lawsuit against the publisher. He has also successfully sued Mirror Group, while Rupert Murdoch's news group newspaper settled a claim ahead of a trial. Yeah, they thought he was going to settle, but they waited until the last minute. I think it was the day of the trial, and then they settled. They thought Harry was gonna fold. Okay, I won't be surprised if William received a secret settlement as he did with Rupert Murdoch. Okay, I now understand why Willie and that Tangerine US president are friendly. I didn't want to say it. If you go back to some of my video where there's picture of them and I say I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, okay? These are the things that I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it, and she didn't even say exactly what I'm thinking. They both settle with the press and proceed and weaponize them to go after their enemies. God is good. God is good. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to move this to part 1. I think I'm going to have 2 parts. And this will be on part 1 because I read an article about it. Next one, there's this here. I see King Clive Alderton, the Wasp, is still busy briefing and leaking on behalf of the palace, whoever that is. I don't know what dirt this man has on Charles, but it must be huge. He is the de facto king of the UK. They work themselves in. The piece of, there's that, of a snake has always been problematic, even more since the Labour government put a spanner in his ambition to be US ambassador to Washington. That, I don't know. Let me not give myself work. I was thinking of... what's that organization that's in the US that have some of the UK people working along with it? There's connection. Okay, the British government is likely aware that Clive Alderton cannot be trusted. He even looks like a weasel that cannot be trusted. I mean, by now we all know the key players. He does, I will say more, but there's a laugh here. With further research, I learned that he finished high school and then Tatler article tells me, quote, he then go to university. He got fast-tracked into the Foreign Office. He broke a record and was Britain's youngest ambassador. How the F did he get that position? By blackmailing people, perhaps? Oh my God. Knowing the clubby way that family works, he was probably well-connected somewhere. Why? Wiki didn't tell me who his parents were, and that's where the connection started. He is very mysterious. Plus, since he wasn't in uni, what was he doing during the years before completing school in 1985 and starting working in 1986? According to the Sovereign Grant Report, as of 2024, Alderton received a salary of £215,000 to £220,000. No wonder he thinks he's the king. That's a lot of money. He looks exactly as I expected. A wasp, clammy pals, tiny hoo-hoo, and will make you lose your lunch if you were ever unlucky enough to catch him with his pants down. He's creepy and disgusting. There are so many men I see, and thank God, isn't he gone yet? He's one. Okay, he does look like a wasp. Okay, 1 billion times in agreement with your brilliant post. Okay, Clive, okay, this is the, oh my God. Alright, Clive Alderton is King Charles III private secretary and a member of RAVIC, which deny Prince Harry security. Let's see here. Let's start with that. Okay, Prince Harry's worst fear relies in UK security battle. Alright, Prince Harry's security will appear to be taking an emotional toll on the royal, as the legal battle over his right to police protection in the UK intensifies. Harry's concern about his safety have been brought to forefront. Okay, the King's private secretary, Sir King Alderton, is a member of Royal and VIP Executive Committee. This is why Harry was surprised to see, oh, how could people who's working in the palace is working with Ravik, when he thought each one were independent of each other. But instead, Ravik is asking the palace what to do. That's it. Okay, now it's making more sense to me. That's probably this guy's undoing, because he knows he work in both. So to switch it up to Charles, and they say Ravik ask the king, the palace, what to do, so they could assume. They don't give name. At least I didn't come across names. They then assume. So people could assume that it's King Charles who's preventing it. So he's playing both parts. So Harry knows. Harry knows there's something Harry knows. And this is why he doesn't want to give Harry... Yeah, this guy is probably running the show. Yeah. He's probably running the show. The sovereign has no governmental power in the UK or influence on Ravik, while Buckingham Palace won't comment on security matters. A palace source previously said that the idea that Charles could get involved in any capacity on behalf of his son is wholly incorrect, according to People. Harry claimed he and his family are endangered when visiting his homeland because of hostility aimed at him and his wife on social media and to relentless hounding by news media. Okay, so some of the thing I've been saying as allegedly, and I usually create that long thing about when the Queen father passed, and then they send the Queen overseas, and then the tabloid or men in gray suit ease themselves into the psyche of Charles and the palace to make Charles feel like his power is very weak. So he's probably the guy. Okay, I was saying as hypothetical speaking, but I think this proves my point. This guy is probably running the show. And then when Harry's asking for security and there was no review, and this guy is in both sides, both offices, Ravik and the palace. So when Ravik claimed that, because Ravik is running by... How many people runs Ravik? Let me pause and look it up. Okay, so this is what I asked Google. How many people run Ravik? The Royal and VIP Executive Committee, Ravik, is run by a committee of 10 people. This group is made up of representatives from several UK government and royal institutions, 3 senior members of the Palace Court, the Home Office, the Cabinet, the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, the Metropolitan Police Service. Alright, the 3 senior members of the palace. Who are? This is my next question. Who are... Okay, who are the senior members of the Palace Court? As of late 2025, 3 senior members of the British Royal Court are the Lord Chamberlain, the Master of the Household, and the Principal Private Secretary. So these, the Private Secretary of who? Principal Private Secretary. Is that the guy positioned, Clive Alderton? These officials oversee the various departments that manage the royal household and support the monarch, King Charles III. So this guy. So you mean to tell me, I'm gonna go back, all these professionals, they send everything back to the palace because the guy is in both offices. Oh, not that. Okay, so that's that. This is a good one. Let's bookmark it and probably need a retweet as well. All right, whatever's here, and then that's it. Okay, let's fill the screen. Bottom up. Alderton isn't serving Charles, he's serving Camilla. She's the one whacking the cradle while the king plays the role of her most obedient subject. Very interesting. That rat-faced mole is apparent. Does he not have a family of his own? These people have no soul. I don't think they have soul. Chuck should have issued a brief statement in support of his son's response. Instead, he allowed his scrotum to leak to the tabloid that Palace is bemused by talk of conspiracy, gaslighting Harry and 4K. House said to be fully invested in a family that will throw him under a fast-moving bus and move on like it it was nothing. But loyalty beats having to find a real job like the rest of society. Just peeping his bio, that man is 58 years old and looks like he is in his 70s. He's only 58? He also held many ambassador roles in the past and has received lots of royal orders and positions. He must be a Freemason. Very interesting. You know what? Let's go into it now. To comment. I cannot see it. And like that other thing that I was just reading, he didn't have a very high... Okay, let's look for his education afterward. Let me not just go by what Twitter say. All right, let me finish this and then I'll look up his education. Yep, I realize it is these men in gray suit who actually runs things. Chumley and the whole family are just pawns for them to move accordingly. Lazy kings and queens, no wonder they hate Meghan. She was never going to live her life in the gal hands. Yeah, that's what it is. So I think I was right. Okay, this thing probably confirmed some of the things that I have said. When the queen father died, they sent the queen overseas to do engagement. And then while the queen is out, they mold and put BS on Charles' head, okay, as a toddler, and make Charles afraid of the tabloid. And then these people, men in gray suit, ease themselves in. I think I was right. I have said that so many times, and I always say, it's not written anywhere, it's just me plugging things together. And this tweet sort of confirms some of the things that I have said. Okay, is he the only one left buzzing around the palace? The bee and the fly are gone. Guess the Wasp is the lone survivor still stinging for the king. And this is why they kick Harry out. He probably was the one who forced William to put the thing. And I think William is buying their BS. Charles is probably just playing along and things like that. But for William, it's probably embedded in his core. Okay. So what did I say I was gonna search? Clive Alderton's schooling. Where is his name here? Sir Clive Alderton. Oh, I didn't want to type it to misspell. Okay, what is... I think there's a sir in his name. Education. Okay. So that's him. Abingdon School. Alderton was educated in Abingdon School. He joined the Foreign Office. Okay, where's the list of his thing? That's it? He joined the Foreign Office in 1986 and subsequently served in various diplomatic posts in Poland, Belgium, European Union, Singapore, and France. Okay, let's go to ChatGPT. Oh, I put... Where's ChatGPT? Okay, let's just paste it. What is Sir Clive Alderton education? Let's put question mark. Let's see what it says. And then if they doesn't list it, I'm gonna say list. Oh, it did. Sir Clive Alderton was educated in Abingdon School in Oxfordshire. If you want, I can try to find whether he went to university. Yeah. How do I... Okay. Okay, how do I say... Okay. Let's put yes. Maybe that's what I need to do. Okay, I can find credible sources confirming that Sir Clive Alderton attended a university after Abingdon School. His biographies list Abingdon School as his formal education, then his career entry into the Foreign Office in 1986. That's what I saw. Wow. That's it, even ChatGPT. So that's that. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm done with this. Let me pause. Alright, so I am done. I'm done. Let's do a prayer. Pray for what? Let's say pray remove evil. Okay. That's the first time that popped up. Remove evil. I don't know. Remove evil. Let's see here. Image, whatever is here. It's very blurry. Lord, will you walk through my home today and clear out any evil and negativity? Please remove any sadness, illness, and depression. place your guardian angels around us, keeping my home safe, healthy, and filled with love. Alright, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for watching. And it seems like things is closing up on these people. If the squad are talking about that, like the Sir Clive Alderton, and there's tweet about things, so I think things is closing up, or narrowing, or getting to its target. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better